Welcome back to the math class. Today we are going to start type number 3, last question. This is your solved example given before the exercise 6.3. Okay, so we are starting this question and we shall follow the proof of the theorems. This will complete the entire chapter, and if some additional questions will remain, that would be covered in upcoming sessions. Okay, so let us see the last question. That is a solved example, as I have told you. In this question, see what we have given, that in the figure side AB and side AC. We are looking two sides of a triangle ABC. They have produced up till the point E and the point D. Okay, the sides have been produced till the point D and E. Now they have drawn the bisectors. You are looking after producing the sides till that points, then you are seeing some of the exterior angle have been formed. For example, one angle is angle CBE and second angle is BCD. Okay, so these two angles are going to form as an exterior angle, and these exterior angles bisectors they have drawn, and that bisectors are meeting at a point O. I will take this figure a little bit up so you will see the figure neatly. Yes, now see, so the bisectors are meeting at a point O. Then we have to prove that angle BOC, which is coming at the bottom, is equal to 90 minus angle BAC. Angle BAC is coming at the top, whose value is given to us here as X. Okay, so let us see how we can solve this question. It is little difficult, but I hope we will solve it properly, so the concept will be clear about this question. First of all, in this question I will write down the given things. Let me take a pen first. Yes, first we shall write down here given things, what we have given in the question. We have given that you can see in triangle ABC values are given XYZ. That is very clear in the figure only. So basically we shall write down sides AB and AC. These two sides basically we have produced. AB and AC are produced to which point? You can check, are produced to the point E and D. Produced to points E and D respectively. Okay, and one more thing we have given in the question, and we have given that then the two exterior angles are going to form, whose bisectors are given BO and CO. So we can say that bisectors BO and CO are bisectors of exterior angles formed. Okay, so some exterior angles are going to form outside the triangle ABC, and whose bisectors BO and CO we have drawn it. So here we can say that this angle we can say, and this angle. Okay, similarly these two angles which I put cross over here, these two angles are also equal. So we have given that the dot angles I formed that are equal, and the cross I formed that are also equal, because that is bisected by the bisectors BO and CO. Now to prove, what we have to prove in the question. So see, we have to prove that here, to prove angle BOC is equal to 90 degree minus half of angle BAC. That we have to prove it. Okay, let us start now proof. So in the proof, first of all, see, I am going to apply the angle sum property of triangle in triangle ABC. So first we shall write down in triangle ABC. Now see, in triangle ABC, which three angles value I have? Observe, one angle is angle A, that is value given here X. Second one is angle B, that is given here Y. And third value is angle C, given as Z. Okay, so we shall write down directly value over here because question is little longer. So we shall write down directly the value X plus Y plus Z is equal to 180 degree. Here we can say that this is with the help of angle sum property. Okay, now from here value of Y plus Z, that you need to little remember here, Y plus Z value we need to find out, that is 180 minus X. Okay, and this will be given as equation number 1. Now look at carefully here. See these two angles which are marked as dot. I will suppose this angle as angle number 1 and this is my angle number 2. Similarly, these two angles I will suppose as angle number 3 and angle number 4. Okay. Now observe, angle 1 and angle 2 are equal because BO is bisecting the whole angle into two equal parts, and the two equal parts are angle 1 and angle 2. Similarly, CO is bisecting also the whole angle into two equal parts, that is 3 and 4. So they are equal. So first of all we shall mention about them. Already in the given we have mentioned, but in the form of equation we have not written. That's why we shall write down in the form of equations. So first we shall write down, since BO and CO, BO and CO are the bisectors of respective exterior angles. So here no need to mention the names, respective exterior angles. Therefore we can say that angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Okay, now angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. I will take its common value as A, and angle 3 and angle 4 are equal. Its common value I will take as B. Okay, so here I will say this I need to suppose C, and this is my equation number second and equation number third. Okay. Now see one more thing in this. Now you observe angle 1, 2 and Y. If you observe carefully angle 1, 2 and Y, it is going to form a semicircle when I join all the three angles. Look at carefully, 1, 2 and Y. Okay, so they are forming a complete semicircle. So we can say that they are forming a linear pair and their sum will be equal to 180 degree, right? Angle 1, 2 and Y. So now we shall write down, since angle 1 plus angle 2 plus Y is equal to 180 degree. Here reason we can give, by linear pair. Okay. Now angle 1 and angle 2 both are equal to A. So A plus A plus Y is equal to 180 degree. With the help of equation number second we can say. Okay, now A and A, if I add, it will become 2A, and Y I can send onto that side. So 2A will be equal to 180 minus Y, or I can say that A will be equal to, means I will divide the whole equation by 2. So when I am dividing the 2A by 2, it will remain A over here, means I can say that 2A upon 2, 180 upon 2 minus 1 upon 2 into y, because y also I am dividing, so that upon of 2 I can write down separately. So I can say that here it will remain, because here 2 and 2 would be cancelled. Here 2 and 180 will cancel 90 times. So I can say that A will be equal to 90 degree minus 1 upon 2 into y. This is my equation number 4. And C, similarly, if I try to find out the value of B, so I can say that similarly angle 3 plus angle 4 plus Z is also equal to 180 degree. We can check once in the figure either they are forming the linear pair or not. So angle 3 plus angle 4 plus Z, check in the figure on your right side. Okay, so all the three angles are forming here linear pair. So we can write down 3 plus 4 plus Z is equal to 180 degree. Now value of angle 3 and angle 4 is equal to B. So I can keep it here, B plus Z is equal to 180 degree. Or I can say that it would be 2B plus 2B is equal to 180 minus Z. And same way, if I divide by 2 as I have divided earlier, so value of B will be equal to 90 degree minus 1 upon 2 into Z. This is my equation number 5. Now at last again we shall apply the property of angle sum property. So now my triangle will be different. Earlier I have taken the triangle here ABC. But now I will take a triangle BOC. Look at the triangle BOC which is coming at the bottom. Which three angles I have? One is angle number 2 which is coming inside the triangle. Second one is angle number 3 and third one is angle number O. We can say that is angle BOC, because we'll give the full name, only angle O doesn't look nice, so we shall write down here as angle BOC. And here I will apply first the angle sum property. So we'll write down further, in triangle BOC, we can say angle 2 plus angle 3. Am I right? The angles name, once we can check, angle 2 and angle 3 are only coming here. Yes, angle 2 and angle 3. So angle 2 and angle 3, and plus what I have told you, third angle is angle BOC. So angle BOC will be equal to 180 degree. Reason we shall not give again and again. The same reason need not to be given. Now angle 2 will be equal to here A. Angle 3 will be equal to here B. Plus angle BOC we shall keep it as it is, because it is required in the same manner in the answer. Okay. Now value of A and B we shall keep it here. Value of A and B, 2 and 3 I kept. This is with the help of which equation? As you can see, angle 2 I kept A, that is by equation number 2, and angle 3 I kept B by equation number 3. So here we shall give the reference by equation 2 and 3. So by equation 2 and this is by 3. Okay. Now value of A, observe value of A what I have in equation number 5. So equation number 5 says A is equal to 90 degree minus 1 upon 2y and B is equal to 90 degree minus 1 upon 2 into Z. So value of A I am keeping first, 90 degree minus 1 upon 2 into y plus 90 degree minus 1 upon 2 into Z plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. Okay, here now reason we can give by equation 4 comma 5. Okay, now 90 plus 90, what it can be? 90 plus 90 will become here 180 degree. So 90 plus 90, I will write down 180 minus 1 upon 2. I am taking common from y and z. Okay. So minus 1 upon 2, if I take common, since minus sign is also taken common, remaining is here only y plus z plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. Now we'll do one thing. These two terms 180 and minus sign of 1 upon 2 into y plus z we shall take onto that side. So here it will remain only angle BOC, and you see in the answer we required in left hand side only angle BOC. So 180 degree which is lying already at the right hand side. One more 180 is going on that side, becoming minus of 180, and minus of 1 upon 2 is going on that side. With y plus z that will become positive. Okay, so now further 180 and 180 would be cancelled. So we get here angle BOC is equal to. Now let us see the first equation we marked in the beginning of the solution. What is our equation number 1? Check the equation 1. Y plus z is equal to 180 minus x. Okay, so in place of y plus z I can keep 180 minus x. So let us put up 1 upon 2 will be as it is, and in place of y plus z I am keeping here 180 degree minus x. Here we can give the reference again by equation first. Okay, now 1 upon 2 if I multiply inside, so angle BOC would be equal to 90 degree, because 1 upon 2 if I multiply in 180, so 2 and 180 will be cancelled, remaining is 90 minus 1 upon 2 into C. Actually it will come x here, but what is x in the figure? You see x is a value of angle BAC, means in short we can say that is a value of angle A. Check in the figure. Okay, can we say that x is a value of angle BAC or angle A? If we take the full name, that is a value of angle BAC. So in place of x here we shall keep it angle BAC, and that is only required to be proved in the question. So here I will write down angle BAC, and this is required as a solution. Okay, hence proved. So this complete the whole question. This was very long question, but this question has come in the examination many times. Okay, so please do this question by your own. Three sections are there. First we shall apply the angle sum property in triangle ABC. We get the value of y plus z. Then we apply the properties of bisectors, get the value of a and b. Okay, as you can see here I got the value of a and b in the question, and we got the equation number second and third. See, BO and CO are the bisectors, that property we have applied and got the equation second and third. Then we have applied the property of linear pair and we got the value of A and B in the equation number 4 and equation number 5. And finally we applied the angle sum property in the triangle BOC and we got our result. Okay, so this question you must solve by your own once, then only you would be able to solve in the examination too. Question is little longer. Now we are starting the proof of the theorems. So I am taking the first proof, that is vertically opposite angle. So let us see the first proof of the theorem, because remember students, in the geometry some theorems are given whose proof can be asked to you as a form in the form of question in the examination. Okay, so you need to be prepared yourself for the proof of the theorem also. For example, now you know that the vertically opposite angles are always equal if two lines are intersecting at a point. Okay, so that property you are using in many questions, right? But now this property, how it has been proved, that we can see it now. Okay, we are giving the theoretical proof over here. There are many proofs are available. For example, we can do this proof by the paper cutting and pasting method also. So that can be done in the Max Lab practical. But right now, if it asks in the examination, you have to give the proof in such a way. Now, theorem, you know it very well. If two lines are intersecting at a point O, you can say line AB and CD, then we know that the angles formed opposite to each other are called as vertically opposite angle, and they are always equal. For example, I will suppose this is my angle number 1, this is my angle number 1, and this is my angle number 2. So observe, angle 1 and angle 2 are exactly opposite to each other. They are called as vertically opposite angles, and they will be equal. Similarly, angle 3 and angle 4 will be also equal. Okay, so this is required to be proved. Now let us see. First, write down the given things in this question. I should say, actually it is a theorem. Lines AB and CD, lines AB and CD are intersecting at O, we can say. Now to prove, what we need to prove in this theorem? We have to prove two angles are equal. First one is angle 1 is equal to angle 2, comma, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Okay, let us start the proof. Now to complete the proof of the theorem, see, remember here, if we are able to prove any one, means angle 1 equal to angle 2, then it is not required to be proved angle 3 is equal to angle 4, because on the same hypothesis we can say that similarly we can prove the angle 3 and angle 4 are equal. So in geometry you can skip the similar solution which is based on the same hypothesis. Okay, so here we shall try to prove only one pair, 1 equal to 2 or 3 equal to 4, whichever comes first. Then second one we shall say similarly we can prove it. Now observe, if I ask you, look at the angle 1 and angle 3. If I ask you, if I add angle 1 and angle 3, does they form linear pair? Observe it carefully. Angle 1, the two arms are there, AO and CO. Similarly, angle 1 have two arms, AO and DO. So AO is a common arm, and observe the non-common arm means CO and DO are forming a straight line. So we can say that angle 1 and angle 3 sum will be equal to 180 degree. Normally we don't explain the linear pair in the question. We say that angle 1 plus angle 3 equal to 180 because it is going to form a semicircle. Because on that time we have to apply many concepts over there. Okay, but since here we are proving it, the given theorem, we shall apply the concept in a proper manner. So linear pair, what does it says? The non-common arm, if they form a line, then the sum of the angle formed over here will be equal to 180 degree. So here we shall say, first, since non-common arm CO and DO forms a line CD. Therefore, we can say that angle 1 plus angle 3 would be equal to 180 degree. Here we can say by linear pair. Okay, and this is my equation number 1. Now see, 1 and 3 I have taken. Now you take either 1 or take 3, and along with that take any other angle. For example, if you take 1, so along with 1 if I take 4, So similarly, I can say that 1 plus 4 will be also 180, or I can say that 3 plus 2 will be also 180. So here I will take 1 and 4. So I will write down similarly we can say that angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. Equation number second. Now you observe in both the equation right hand side is equal, because in both the equation right hand side is 180 and 180. So in that case their left hand side will be also equal. So by equation first and second, I am equating their left hand side. So angle 1 plus angle 3, this is the left hand side of equation number 1, and angle 1 plus angle 4, this will be the left hand side of equation number second. Observe here angle 1 is same on both the side. So angle 1 and angle 1 is cancelled. So we got here angle 3 is equal to angle 4. And see the to prove section. This is one of the part which was required to be proved equal. So see, in the second equation I have taken angle 1 plus angle 4. If you take angle 2 plus angle 3, you will get angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. So now second part we shall write down as I have told you earlier. Similarly, we can show that. Similarly, we can show angle 1 is equal to angle 2. And this complete the proof of this theorem. If this theorem comes in the examination, I think it may come for 2 to 3 marks. Okay, it will come in the form of question only, but you need to prove it. Now let us see the second proof. Second proof is given over here as angle sum property. We have used the angle sum property of triangle in many questions, right? So here we shall see the angle sum property. Here I think the heading has become wrong. So let us correct the heading first. Angle sum property. Sorry, the heading was little wrong. I just copied it, so it is kept like that only. Okay, so we are starting now the angle sum property. You are looking in the figure, one triangle is there, triangle PQR, and you are looking the three interior angle of a triangle, that is angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. So angle sum property says the interior angle of a triangle will have the sum is always 180 degree. So basic task is here in this question is we have to prove that 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, it is required to be proved, and what we have given here, simply one triangle PQR and 1, 2 and 3 are their interior angles. One construction we have done in the question that I have done already along with the figure only. You are looking one line XY. The line XY I have drawn through the point P, which is parallel to the line QR. Okay, so XY and QR are parallel. This is a part of the construction. You also draw the line XY in the dotted form. Okay, so first we shall write down the given things. In the given, first I will mention in triangle PQR, angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3 are interior angles. Are interior angles. To prove, what we have to prove here? We have to prove it. Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 would be equal to 180. degree. Okay, now we shall write down the construction. In this proof we have done a small construction, so here we shall write down, in construction we draw line xy through P, because it is compulsory, need to be drawn this line through point P such that xy is parallel to QR. Xy and QR are parallel. Okay, so this we have proved here. Now let us start the proof of the question. So first, in the proof, now I am writing here proof. Yes. Now look at the line xy and QR. Now I think you are enough mature to observe the pair of corresponding alternate or interior angle. So look at the angle 2 and angle 4. Observe angle 2 and angle 4 are forming a lateral set, and they are forming the angle in such a way the two angles are lying in the interior of parallel lines, but they lie on the different side of transversal. So here PQ is your transversal, while XY and QR are the parallel lines. So first we shall mention here, since XY is parallel to QR, how we can see that? That with the help of construction. So we shall write down by construction. So therefore we can say angle 2 will be equal to angle 4. And see, in the same way, observe, if I change the transversal, then you see angle 3 and angle 5 are also alternate angles. Okay, you need to draw that lines and see it carefully if you have any confusion about these two angles. So angle 3 and angle 5 are also equal because they are also alternate angles. So here we can give the reason alternate angles, and same reason can be given at the down also, alternate angles. Now this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2. Okay, now look at the angle 4, 1 and 5. Observe, if you add all the three angles, it is forming complete semicircle. So 4 plus 1 plus 5, I can say equal to 180 degree. So here we shall write down, since XPY is a line, XPY is a line, therefore angle 4 plus angle 1 plus angle 5 will be equal to 180 degree. Okay, how? Because of linear pair. With the help of linear pair, we can say the sum of all the three angles will be equal to 180 degree. Once you can see it, 4 plus 1 plus 5, look at in the figure, they are forming perfectly a linear pair. Now we shall use the equation number 1 and equation number 2. Angle 4, you observe, it is equal to angle number 2 and angle 5 is equal to angle number 3. So I can say that in place of angle 4 I will put up angle 2, angle number 1 as it is, and in place of angle number 5 I can put up angle number 3. So this change I have done with the help of equation first and second. Now we shall rewrite the equation in a proper manner, means the angles I will arrange. First I will write down angle number 1, then I will write down angle number 2, and then I will write down at last angle number 3. And sum of these all three angles we got equal to 180 degree. That was only required to be proved in the question. Okay, so if this proof comes in the examination, you can solve it very easily. See, simple proof is given and this proof comes for minimum 3 marks in the examination. Okay, so please do it properly. Now we shall do one corollary, or we can say that the application of angle sum property, that is called as one independent theorem, exterior angle theorem. I hope you have not forgot the exterior angle theorem. Okay, so that theorem we shall prove it now quickly. So this is our last proof of theorem. After that, if required, as I have told you, we shall take a session of additional questions. Otherwise, we can start our new topic. Okay. So theorem number third. See, in this theorem, what we have given, again heading is wrong. We can make the heading first of all correct here. Yes, exterior angle theorem. Okay, so in this theorem, what we have given, you know it already. In this theorem, we have given that one exterior angle. Okay, as you can see in the figure, angle 4 is given as an exterior angle of the triangle PQR, and you observe in front of angle 4 there are two angles, angle 1 and angle 2 lies inside the triangle. So we know that any exterior angle is always equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. So angle 4 will be equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. This theorem we have applied many times in the question earlier. So let us prove this theorems over here. First, we shall write down the given things. So see, we have given that in triangle PQR, here we need to differentiate the exterior and interior angles. So we shall write down in triangle PQR, angle 1, comma angle 2 and angle 3 are interior angles. That need to be clear here. These are our interior angles. Okay, and then we shall write down about angle number 4, and we'll say here angle 4 is an exterior angle formed by producing formed by producing site QR. If we produce a site QR, then on that site one angle will be formed, angle number 4, which is called as the exterior angle. Okay, now what we need to prove in this question? So let us write down the to prove section. So we have to prove it here. Angle 4, which is exterior, is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angle, that is angle 1 and angle 2. Okay, now remember here you shall use any theorem which is proved earlier. For example, we have proved earlier angle sum property, that you can use. If you want to use vertically opposite angle and such kind of situation is coming, that also you can use it. And even you can use linear pair. Remember, linear pair is not a theorem, it is an axiom. So axiom, difference between axiom and theorem is theorem needs proof to be utilized first time, and axiom does not require any proof. They would be understood as a what we can say fact over here. Okay, so here we can say that the linear pair axiom is one of the fact, while the angle sum property is a theorem that is required to be proved first, that we have proved earlier. Now we can use it in the question. So first we shall write down in triangle PQR. In triangle PQR, we can say that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. That is our angle sum property. And this is my equation number 1. Look at the angle 3 and angle 4. Can I say that they are forming a linear pair? Yes. So we can write down also angle 3 plus angle 4 would be equal to 180 degree. Equation number second, and this we can say bilinear pair. Now look at the equation first and second. Both the equation again they have same right hand side as we got in one of the question today. Okay, so if two equations have the same right hand side, then their left hand side will be also equal. So we shall equate their left hand side. So by equation first and second. What is the left hand side of equation number 1? That is angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3. And what is the left hand side of equation number 2? That is angle 3 plus angle 4. Observe here angle 3 is same on both the sides. So angle 3 and angle 3 I will cancel. So what do I get here? Angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equal to angle 4. Okay, or I can say that angle 4 will be equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. And see, this only were required to be proved in the question. So students, we have finished all the proof of the theorems as well as we have finished all the textbook question. So as I have told you, if I feel yes, some questions additionally I need to be taken before starting the next topic, that is chapter number 7, difficult topic we are going to start, but don't worry, we shall do each and every question systematically so the concept will be clear. Okay, so next time I will see first of all if any questions are remaining, then I will take of this chapter only, otherwise we shall start the concept of chapter number 7. Okay, thank you.